Hi, welcome back to 10 Minute Wellness Video Series. This is Dr. Kim. Today we're going to talk about a very important topic, the 7 secret. These are thoughts and emotions, and the principle is called rest, vacate, recreate, relate, set goals. If you're with somebody, give that person high five and say rest, vacate, recreate, relate, set goals. If you're by yourself, say all of that to yourself. This is the moon element, the 7th secret. We're going to talk about mainly stress. Now this is the rhythm of life, part of the rhythm of life. We call them the darkness. When there's light, there's also darkness. This is when the sun comes down and the darkness comes up, and then when the moon comes up. This is mainly, we're talking about stress. We have so much stress these days. We have about 75 to 90% of all doctor visits that we have in this country are from stress. And also, number one cause of all disease, in fact, are stress. They say about 85% of all disease we have is from stress. Why are we so stressed out then? Because we're so busy now. We have computers, we have cell phone, we have to know everything just moment by moment. Now we have smartphones that we have to check every moment. I'm a victim of that myself. And then we're constantly doing so many things. We're so busy. We got family, we got work to do, we got career, we got finances. There's so many things going on. It's totally stressing us out. And then we get very irritable. We become very worrisome. We eat too much. We become forgetful. We have pains and aches, and we have fatigue. We have nervousness. We have all kinds of stress-related problems that we have. Now imagine yourself. You're walking down the alley, and then it's dark at nighttime. You had to go someplace, and you had to go through this dark alley, and all of a sudden somebody from behind and comes with a knife. What happens to you? Your heart is pumping, and then you're breathing really hard. You're trying to do something, but you can't think, and you're totally stressed out. And when this happens, your body immediately flushes out 30 negative hormones, and 1,400 negative reactions happen immediately in your body when you're stressed. And by the way, this kind of very emergency situation, that's happening every day, all day long. You're going through, you're trying to get things done so quickly, and then you got all these deadlines to meet, and you got so many things to do, and you're trying to multitask, which is a very difficult thing to do. And then when this happens, all these negative hormones, all these negative reactions happening, and because you're totally stressed out. Now, then why is it so bad to be stressed out? I know you know that stress is not good for you. But the main reason is the fact that when your brain perceives all this stress, and it sends these messages down to your adrenal glands, right behind your kidneys, and right on top of it, within the kidney, and it produces 3 main negative hormones. And the first one is called adrenaline. You've heard of adrenaline, which happens when you're trying to get things done quickly, and when you got so excited about certain things. Those are good for you at times, but it increases your blood pressure, it increases your heart rate, and also causes your depression and anxiety, and also it increases cholesterol levels, and also decreases sex drive. So overall, this is really not a good hormones to be producing from your body. The other one is called the cortisol. Now, cortisol is when this happens, when you're stressed, your fat and your sugar comes out of your body because your body is trying to get something done right away because you're stressed out. And when this happens, your body produces fat and sugar. When fat and sugar comes out and does what it's supposed to do, it remains in your bloodstream and doesn't know where to go, so it becomes stored as fat, the men here and the ladies over here. So when the cortisol comes out, and it produces all kinds of negative effects, especially you become fat. So when you're stressed, you become fat, which is really not good for us. It also reduces testosterone level, it decreases dopamine, and decreases serotonin. These are really good hormones that gives you happiness and pleasure. All this becomes reduced when the cortisol comes out. And the other hormone is called catecholamine. This is another hormone that comes out from your kidney that makes you not be able to think. It decreases your thinking brain, the front part of the brain, to be decreased so that you cannot be analytical, you can't think straight, so you become kind of dumb. So overall, when you're stressed out, you become fat and dumb, which is really not good for us. So then what kind of things do we need to do to fight the stress? And the 5 things that we talked about is rest, vacate, recreate, relate, set goals. So let's talk about each one of these and some of the things that we can do to overcome the stress. Now, rest. You just have to come home and just really relax. You need to really take time during the day and also in the evening time to really unwind and kind of regroup and relax and maybe get a massage, get an acupuncture, which is really good. Get some steam or sauna or listen to music or watch some favorite show if you want to. and really relax and unwind yourself. It's really important for you when you come home. Also, you need to really sleep well. And now sleep alone, I can spend an hour on this subject, but let me just really reduce it down into a very, very important point. Basically, you need to sleep more, and you need to have a better quality sleep. You need to sleep at least 7 to 9 hours, and most of us really don't get that. And we're staying up late at night and trying to do all kinds of things in the evening time, and then having tough time getting up in the morning, and then you have to have coffee in the morning, and really the whole day is kind of not running well because you haven't really rested well. So sleeping is very, very important, and also taking a power nap is important. If you go to Europe or South America, they take siestas. Siestas are when they're closing all the shops and they're taking a couple of hours off to really kind of sleep again. Our body has 2 rhythms of sleep. At least you have to sleep at night, and you have to take some sleep during the day also. So I recommend people taking power naps of about 10 to 30 minutes or so every day if possible, and to really rejuvenate yourself during the day. Now, second thing is to vacate. Now, this is vacationing, meaning vacationing is the meaning to get away from what you're doing right now and go to a different place, or get your mind off of what you're doing right now. So taking a stroll to the park, or walk your dog, or do something that is different from what you're doing at this time to really de-stress yourself. Now, one of the most devastating problems we have is that we have so much media. We got so much newspaper and radio and TV and all kinds of things coming at us that are not necessarily positive. And in fact, most of them are negative. We like such negative things because we like to know what's going on, but it really floods us with all kinds of negativity in our brain, and our body really reacts to it very terribly. So I recommend people to do what we call a media fast. Media fast is to completely not take in any kind of media. Myself, I don't read newspapers, I don't watch TV at all, I don't listen to radios, I don't do any of that. And I take about 15 minutes every day to really learn what I need to know about what I'm doing, whether it's health-related issues or other personal self-development issues and other things that I take in. But all the other stuff I just don't do because it's really drowning us from negativity. So I really recommend you to really take this to your heart and don't take so much of this negative media especially. And also do a refrigerator fast, which meaning don't go to the refrigerator for a day or so. And also take time to declutter your space, clean up on a regular basis so that your desk and your sleep area is not cluttered, and to really vacate yourself from all of this. Third principle is called recreate. Now this is recreation, meaning to get a life. In other words, you need to get a hobby. You play golf, or you go out, play tennis, or you get a hobby that really gets your energy level up and gets you really looking forward to the weekend or evening or whenever you want to do these activities. The other thing is relation. Now, relate. Now, you really need to take time to relate with your spouse or your kids, or take time to really enjoy yourself and do this on the weekend, or really important for you to relate. Or call your old friend that you haven't talked to in a while that really gives your energy up. And the other thing is to relate with yourself. And a lot of people have such negative self-talk. We keep talking to ourselves and criticizing ourselves. We should have done that, could have done that, and constantly bombarding us with negativity. So we need to really get rid of that, and then tell yourself positive things, how great you are and how wonderful you've done certain things, and really talk positive to yourself. The other very important thing is to set goals. And we have so many goals that we want to accomplish, but set aside your health goals that we've been talking about. How about your relational goals, financial goals, your career goals? You have to think about this every day. You have to be a routine. You really need more ritual to get all of this done. So setting goals in a periodic basis is very, very important. Now, the other part is, so when do we do this? Or how much do we do this? Now, rest, vacate, recreate, relate, set goals has to be done almost on a daily basis. I recommend this concept called daily hour. Now, what does that mean? You take every day, you take about an hour every day to think about all these 5 things. In other words, you don't have to do all these things every day, but you put in different things so that every day you're spending about an hour to prepare yourself to live the next 23 hours. And this is called daily hour. And very important, you can do it in the morning, first thing in the morning. I call this a morning ritual. We're going to talk a little bit more about this when we go to the spiritual section next week. But you really need to get up in the morning and think of positive goals. Think of positive things that are going to happen that day. So this is called the morning rituals. Evening rituals, you wrap up the end of the day and think about all the great things that happen and really setting up the goals for the next day as well. How about the weekend rituals? You take some time off, you have a date night with your spouse, or have a family day during Saturdays, or having more good time on Sundays, or having these weekend rituals is very, very important to you as well. Or do your hobbies during your recreational things on the weekend. How about your monthly rituals? Take every month, take a moment out, your common things that you do, and do something extraordinary, do something eventful, do something memorable every month, and set aside time for that as well. How about a yearly ritual? At the end of the year, you take some time off to really set for the next year, or beginning of the year, set up some time so that you can set goals for that whole year as well. So I really want you to take some time to think about all the stress you have this week, and really plan out to rest, vacate, recreate, and relate, set goals this whole week. And take about an hour off to do this different combination of activities or rituals so that you really learn to de-stress yourself this whole week. Next week, we're going to talk about this very important chapter. It's called Love, Enjoy, Appreciate, and Forgive. I'll see you next week. Thank you.